Hello, my lovely people. Now, this one is a complete class on tenses, a fast revision where we are going to discuss all the rules, uses, exceptions, examples, everything in one shot at rapid speed. A perfect revision before your exams. So, let's get going. Okay, what are tenses? Tenses in English tell us two things. One, they tell us the time of an action, and two, the state of the action. Is it complete? Yet to start? Going on, etc. Tenses are like buttons on our time machine. Press the right button and you can visit the past, live in the present, or even jump into the future. First, let's talk about time. You already know that there are three broad categories of time: past, present, and future. So we go past tense, present tense, and future tense. You also know that there are four broad categories of the state of the action, which means simple or indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Now here's a table on your screen with the 12 types of tenses. You already know this, so now let's get going with each one of these 12 tenses with their multiple uses and examples. But before that, it's shout out time. And I would like to give a shout out to Prathamesh Kalse. Now, Prathamesh tells us that the only exam that they were able to pass without going to school was English. I'm so glad this works, and I'm so glad this helps you to do well in your life. And in the meantime, if you want a shout out in my next video, then make sure you leave me a message below, and don't forget the hashtag ChetChatters. Time to look at all the uses of tense number 1, simple present tense or present indefinite tense. I eat a banana every day. The banana looks fresh and yellow. Let's look at its uses. Use number 1. Simple present tense is used for habitual actions and truths. He drinks tea every morning. I also love my chai every morning. They have their dinner together every night. It's a habit. I love bananas. It's a simple truth. Use number 2. Simple present tense is used to express general truths and facts. Banana is a nutritious fruit. It's a fact. The sun sets in the west. General truths and facts. Honey tastes sweet. Use number 3. It's also used for a future event that is part of a fixed timetable or a fixed program. Example: the banana planting activity starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's on schedule. The match begins at 10 a.m. The train leaves at 6 p.m. This is scheduled in the timetable. It's meant to leave the next day, but we're using simple present tense because it's on the calendar, it's a fixed schedule, it leaves at 10 a.m. every single day. The next use of the simple present tense is that it is used to create a vivid narrative in storytelling as though things are happening right now. Let's take a look at this. Alex tightens his grip on the branch of the banana tree. Suddenly, a shadow darts across his path. He hears the faint rustle of leaves behind him. Alex crouches low, his heart pounding like a drum. Oh my God, I'm scared listening to this. But the simple present tense makes all the action seem real and live. Let's look at use number 5. Simple present tense is also used in exclamatory sentences beginning with here and there. Let's take some examples. Here comes the banana seller. Exclamatory sentence talking about what is going on right now. There goes the delivery truck with our package. There lies the answer to the mystery. Use number 6, simple present tense, is also used for future time clauses which have if, unless, when, while, as, before, after, until, by the time, and as soon as. I won't go out if it rains, not if it will rain. Please call me as soon as he comes, not as soon as he will come. Now, let's wait till he finishes the project, not till he will finish. So, whenever you see these words for future clauses, if, unless, when, while, as, before, after, until, by the time, as soon as, you would need to use the simple present tense. And here is a summary on your screen of all the uses of simple present tense or present indefinite tense. Pause the video, take a screenshot. P.S. I'm going very fast in this class since I told you it's a quick revision. But if you want a full detailed 45-minute masterclass on all the tenses, then I'm going to drop a link below. And if you still have more questions, then make sure you put them in the comments below. I make sure I check all the questions myself, at least most of the questions myself. And I will try to reply to you, so make sure you write some of them down for me. Now let's look at tense number 2, present continuous tense. I am drinking water. The boy is eating a banana. Let's look at the uses of this tense. Use number 1. Present continuous tense is used to talk about actions that are happening at the present moment or around the time of speaking. You are watching an English class on your phone, maybe on your laptop. She is sitting on the chair. The boys are playing cricket. I can actually see them. They're playing outside right now. Use number 2, present continuous tense is also used to talk about a temporary situation. Now, pay attention to this. I am staying with my friend while my apartment is being renovated. It's a temporary situation. I will go back once my apartment is ready. Look at this. We are preparing for an upcoming event, so the usual classes are suspended. We are preparing for a few days, and then the usual classes are going to resume. It's a temporary situation. The children are playing indoors today because it's raining outside. It's only happening today. It doesn't rain every day. They don't play inside every day. Once it stops raining, they're going to go out and play. Use number 3. Present continuous tense is also used for actions that have already been arranged to take place in the near future. I'm going to have a banana for breakfast tomorrow. It's decided, it's arranged, the bananas have been bought. My uncle is arriving on Friday. It's all set, he's already boarded the plane. Now, these are not part of a fixed schedule, so we are not using the simple present tense. It's usually a one-off case, but the process has begun and is continuing, so we use the present continuous tense. Let's look at the 4th use for present continuous tense, where we can use it to talk about actions that we can control, usually temporary once again. Let's say, take an example, okay? You are acting so stubborn about this decision. You're normally not stubborn, but on a temporary basis right now, you are acting stubborn and you can control it. I'm feeling nervous about the presentation this afternoon. I'm not always nervous. It's a temporary situation. We are being more careful about not eating too many bananas. Now, this is different from we are careful, which means as a rule, a fact or general truth, we are careful people. We are being careful means that for a temporary period, for a few days, we are, trying to be very careful. We are deliberately trying to be careful. Use number 5 of the present continuous tense, where the present continuous tense plus always can be used to express an annoying habit. He's always eating a banana in class. Ew, that surely is annoying. They're always arguing about the smallest things. You're always losing your keys. It's so frustrating. And here is a summary on the screen of all the 5 uses of present continuous tense. And now let's talk about the exceptions. In English, there are probably as many exceptions as there are rules. So here are some type of words that are not normally used in the continuous tense. These are called state verbs. Why are they called state verbs? Because they denote a state, a condition, a situation rather than an action. I've put them down on the table. You can pause the video and you can take a screenshot. But as an example, we usually don't say, I am recognizing them, or I am wanting to eat, or I am knowing him. These verbs are not normally used with the ing in the present continuous tense. But there are a few exceptions to this exception, which we have covered in detail in our masterclass. And I've put the link below. You must see it if you have time. But if you're rushed for the exam, then these 5 uses and 4 exceptions should be enough for now. Okay? Now, let's move on to tense number 3, which is the present perfect tense. Somebody has already eaten half the banana. The perfect tense will always have one of these 3. Has, have, or had. Okay? Let's look at the uses of the perfect tense. Use number 1. The present perfect tense is used to describe past actions or event, and the focus is on their consequence in the present. The focus is not on when the action took place. Example, Gauri has eaten all the bananas. It means that there are no bananas left right now on the table. I have cleaned my room. In simple past tense, we would have said, I cleaned my room yesterday. And in that case, the focus was more on the completion of the task and when it was done, like yesterday, etc. In present perfect tense, the past action has an effect on the present. I have cleaned my room and I can now go out to play. I have cut my finger and it is bleeding right now. Use number 2 of the present perfect tense is that it's used to talk about events that started in the past and are still going on. Example, she has never tasted a banana till now. Oh my God, really? I have known him for a long time. He has been ill since last week and he's still unwell. Many times we use since and for in such phrases. Let's look at use number 3 of the present perfect tense, which indicates completed activities in the immediate past with the use of just. I have just eaten a banana. He has just gone out like 5 minutes ago. It has just struck 10. It's just a few minutes past 10. Use number 4. The present perfect tense is used to describe our life experiences up to the present moment. I have eaten at least 5 different types of bananas in my life. She has tried skydiving once in her life. I have never done skydiving and I'm very scared of heights. By the way, have you ever tried it? He has visited 15 countries in his lifetime. Use number 5. The present perfect is used to express past action whose time is not given and not definite. Have you read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? I have never seen a banana with seeds. He has been to Japan already. We would, for instance, never say, he has gone to Kolkata yesterday. Instead, we would simply say, he went to Kolkata yesterday. Here's the tip. The present perfect can be used with adverbs like ever, never, recently, already, just, so far, till now, yet, since, and for. And here is a summary on the screen of all the 5 uses of the present perfect tense on your screen. Pause the video, take a screenshot before we move on to the next one, which is tense number 4, present perfect continuous tense. The monkey has been eating bananas all day. I have been living in Pune for the past 5 years. He has been practicing the guitar all afternoon. The structure will always have has, have, had plus ing because it's perfect plus continuous. Use number 1 of the present perfect continuous tense is that it is used for actions or situations that started in the past, they are still going on in the present, and they may continue into the future. We have been eating bananas for over 20 minutes. It started 20 minutes ago. It's still going on. We are still eating. It is not yet over. It will continue into the future. God knows when we'll stop. I have been studying English for 3 hours. She has been working at this company since 2018. She's still working there and might continue working in the future also. Use number 2. The present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about things that have been happening recently or actions taking place lately. They have been arguing a lot recently. He has been eating a lot of bananas since the past few days. We have been spending more time outdoors lately. Now we would need to use these words like recently, past few days, lately, in the recent past, etc. for this. So here is a summary on your screen of the 2 uses of present perfect continuous tense. Pause the video. Take a screenshot for your reference. Remember that we don't use the continuous tense to talk about state verbs. We discussed them before, the ones that discuss a state or a situation rather than an action. The same applies here too, since this is also present perfect continuous tense. Okay, now it's time to move on to the past tense and its 4 forms. Tense number 5 is the simple past tense. The banana fell off the tree yesterday. Let's look at the uses. Use number 1. Simple past tense is used for past completed actions. I visited Paris last year. They ate the bananas yesterday. Use number 2 of the simple present tense is that it is often used with adverbs of time, like yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, last year. These words are going to tell us the specific time when that action or event took place. We went to a banana orchard last summer. My sister finished her project last night. The third use of simple present tense is that it is used for past habits, usually with always and never. He always ate a banana first thing in the morning. Past habit. He doesn't do this anymore. She always visited her grandma in the summer. She doesn't do that anymore. She never cried when she got hurt, but now suddenly she started crying. And here is a summary on the screen of all the uses of simple past tense. Pause the video, take a screenshot. Let's move on to tense number 6, past continuous tense. The banana was hanging on the tree when a monkey noticed it. The first use of past continuous tense is that it is used to talk about a continuing action at some point in the past. It is used to say that something was happening at a specific moment in the past. The time of action may or may not be indicated. Example, we were watching Netflix all evening yesterday, meaning that in the past, which is yesterday evening, the action of watching Netflix was going on. The monkey was peeling the banana when the farmer saw it. Past continuous shows an action that was happening at a specific time in the past. Okay, the second use is, this is an ongoing action or event which is often interrupted by another action or event. The lights went out when I was having a shower. When I saw him, he was playing chess. Use number 3. Past continuous tense is also used with always, continually, etc. for persistent habits in the past. He was always slipping on banana peels, but now he doesn't. She was always losing her keys. Annoying habit, but now suddenly she doesn't lose them anymore. And here is a summary on the screen of all the 3 uses of past continuous tense. You need to take a screenshot of this, and remember, if you have any doubts, any questions that you have on tenses, leave me a comment. We're going a little fast here since this is a quick revision of the entire chapter. You may have an exam coming up. So now let's quickly go on to tense number 7, which is the past perfect tense. By the time I got to the kitchen, my brother had turned the bananas into a cake. The structure of past perfect would always have had for perfect plus the verb in the third form. Let's look at the first use. The past perfect tense is used to describe an action or event completed before a certain moment or action in the past. She had already eaten all the bananas before I could make a smoothie. The train had departed before I got to the station. Let's look at the second use. It helps establish a clear sequence of events in the past. They had left the park by the time we reached there. He had slipped on the banana peel before we could warn him. Let's look at the third use. Time expressions are often used with the past perfect tense. They give you additional context. They indicate the order of events. What are time clauses we are talking about? Before, after, by the time, etc. By the time the monkeys arrived, we had hidden all the bananas. I had finished my homework before my friends came over. And here's the summary of this on the screen of all the three uses of past perfect tense. Once again, make sure you take a screenshot, and we are moving quickly on to tense number 8, which is past perfect continuous tense. The banana had been growing for months before it was picked. Let's look at the uses. The first use of past perfect continuous tense is that it's used to describe ongoing, repeated, or continuous actions that started in the past and continued up until another point or event in the past. Okay? We had been waiting for the bus for 30 minutes when it finally arrived. He had been working at the company for 5 years before he decided to quit. Use number 2. Time expressions are once again used with past perfect continuous tense to indicate the duration of the action. You would use words like for, since, all day, until, etc. We had been playing football for an hour when it started to rain. They had been rehearsing for the play since morning when the director called for a break. By the time the guests arrived, we had been cooking for hours. And once again, everything is in a table on the screen. You can pause the video, make sure you take a screenshot. And before we move into the future tenses, once again, if you have questions, you want to share some examples with me, or some place you want to, just discuss all tenses, leave it for me as a comment, and I'm going to get back to you on that. Now it's time to move into the future tense and its 4 forms. Tense number 9, simple future tense. The banana will turn brown in a few days. Let's look at all the uses of this simple future tense. Use number 1. The simple future tense is used to talk about future events or actions that we cannot control. They are future facts, like you're making a prediction. I will call you tomorrow. The match will start in 10 minutes. We shall overcome all challenges. Will and shall are both used in simple future tense. Let's look at the second use. Simple future tense is used to talk about what we think or believe will happen in the future. I think India will win the match. It's something of a prediction. I believe it, or I expect it, or I'm sure about it. I'm sure Helen will get a good score. We can also use I believe and probably or an I expect, etc. Use number 3 of the simple future tense is that will is used to make an offer, a promise, a threat, or a request. Let's look at a promise. From now on, I will only buy organic bananas. Threat. If you touch my banana again, I will eat your chocolate bar. Offer. I will peel the banana for you if you can't manage. Request. Will you pass me that banana, please? Use number 4. Will is used when we make a spontaneous decision or a prediction, deciding at that time. It's raining. I think I will take an umbrella. I have just decided this suddenly. If you're busy, no problem. I will wait. Use number 5. Going to is used for intentions or actions that have been already planned or arranged. Remember, we said will is used for spontaneous actions. This one is used for actions that have already been arranged. I'm going to resign tomorrow. I'm going to buy a new car this year. Use number 6. We also use going to talk about what seems likely when there's some clue in the present. For example, it's going to rain. Look at those clouds. There's a sign of the dark clouds already, and rain seems likely. The boat is full of water. It's going to sink. She's going to have a baby. She looks pregnant. Use number 7. The going to form is also used to express an action which is on the point of happening. Hurry, the train is going to leave. Look, the cracker is going to explode. You can also use about to instead of going to. Now, don't go out now. We're about to have lunch. Okay. Once again, the summary on your screen, the 7 uses of simple future tense. Pause the video, take a screenshot, and it's time to move on to tense number 10, future continuous tense. They will be selling bananas at a discount at the market tomorrow. Let's look at the different uses. The first use, the future continuous tense, is used to talk about actions which will be in progress at a time in the future. I suppose it will be raining tomorrow when we start the match. Now, in future, tomorrow, rain would be an ongoing action. This time tomorrow, I will be sitting on a beach in Thailand. Not really. Please don't come at 5 p.m. tomorrow. I will be watching the cricket match on TV. Now we use will or shall. Shall is typically used with I and we and is a little more formal or old-fashioned option. Okay, use number 2. Time expressions are often used with the future continuous tense to give additional context. Example, at this time tomorrow, next week at 5 p.m., in a month, or while some other action is happening simultaneously. He will be meeting us next week. Tomorrow, at this hour, we will be debating whether a banana is a fruit or a berry. We will be sharing bananas during the picnic this Sunday. This Sunday means next Sunday actually, but coming Sunday. Use number 3. We also use future continuous tense to talk about actions in the future that are already planned or things that are expected to happen in the normal course of things. I will be staying here till Sunday. It's already planned. The postman will be coming soon. We know that because it is expected to happen in these cases. But remember, there was one more tense in the past where we said exactly the same thing. Simple present tense. We said if the actions are already planned, then we can use simple present tense. And now you're confused, okay? So, in cases that have already been planned and arranged, you can use simple present tense and future continuous tense. And I'll give you the examples, okay? I will stay here till Sunday. The postman will come soon. Both these sentences have the exact same meaning as using future continuous tense. Okay, here's a summary of your screen with the 3 uses of future continuous tense. Once again, take a screenshot. I know we're going a little fast in this class, but like I said, if you have any questions, drop them. And if you want to see a bigger, longer, slower masterclass, then a 45-minute class is there for you in the link below. And now let's go to tense number 11, which is future perfect tense. I will have eaten the last banana by the time you get home. Use number 1. Future perfect tense is used for actions or events that will be completed before a specific point or action in the future. She will have peeled 50 bananas before the contest starts. The peeling of the bananas would be complete before a specific point of time, which is the contest beginning. Okay? He will have baked the pizzas by the time the guests arrive. Let's look at the second use. Time references are once again used, like by 8 p.m. tonight, I will have polished off the entire bunch of bananas. By the next year, she will have mastered the art of making banana sushi rolls. Oh my God. Okay, here is a summary on the screen of the two uses of future perfect tense. Pause the video, and now I'm moving on to tense number 12, which is future perfect continuous tense. By tomorrow evening, I will have been working on this project for 3 straight nights. Let's look at the uses of future perfect continuous tense. The use of this tense is to describe ongoing or continuous actions or event that will continue until a specific point or action in the future. By the time you arrive, I will have been peeling bananas for an hour. The action of peeling is ongoing or continuous. Until the time you arrive, it will be 1 hour of peeling. By next month, I will have been teaching for 20 years. That's a really long time. And here is the summary on your screen for the use of future perfect continuous tense. Take a screenshot, and that brings us to the end of this beautiful complete revision class on tenses. I hope you found it useful. Remember to share it with someone who might need this, and subscribe to the channel for more such content, and happy learning.